The moment is now. Are you ready?
Let's play Armis. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Aircraft carrier is here, submarine is here, Coast Guard is here, mover here, helicopter here, jet here, Marine 1, Marine 2. Looks pretty good. Let's go with it. Now as the computer is thinking, let's take a look at, it's the identical setup, but just need to go over it again. Helicopter here, Marine, jet here. Alright. This, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that we know is pretty much going to stay there for the length of the game. We don't have too much to worry about. My guess is that the jet will move a number of times before my reserve makes a single move. Let's try to go for putting the Coast Guard into coastal waters, and then if possible use the mover to make its way down here to quite possibly get the aircraft carrier into coastal waters as well. I kind of doubt that I'll have the opportunity to put the sub in. Right here, my Coast Guard has double coverage, well, more than double coverage. It has coverage from both Marines as well as the Army. But it will also have that same level of coverage all the way into coastal waters. Well, not from the Army, but from the 2 Marines. Okay, let's see. It can go up to it can go as little as 4 spaces, as high as all of the spaces on the board in an even spacing. So it can go 1, 2, 3, 4, land here and take out my helicopter. I don't want that. I could either, or there are a number of moves I can do. Use the helicopter to go here. That would tighten up this area, since it really doesn't have any reason for being this far out other than the fact that I needed to move it from here. I can also use one of my pieces, be it the Army, or the Marine, or the Religion, to block up the landing space. And the better piece to do it with normally would be a non-offensive piece such as the Religion. However, because of this piece here, which will likely come into the expanse area shortly, especially if I use the Religion over here, then that will be blocking both my President and Army from getting to cover this helicopter. It won't block the efforts of the Marine because my Marine can climb over it, but I'm just thinking about whether or not I should use um, the religion or not, and I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't. So I'll just use the Army, put it here. That will prevent the jet from taking the helicopter. Now I may have opened up some other trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, no. The third space, if the jet landed here, whatever is here would get taken out. So I'm just glad that the next space, well, this is the next space. If the fourth space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If this space was open, then the fourth space would be taken out if the jet flew to it. Now, let's get that Coast Guard finally into coastal waters. Now, at this point, the Marine can choose to start a skirmish and take my Coast Guard, to which I will respond by taking his Marine with my Marine, and then likely the next Marine. 1, 2. Oh, it can't reach. So I have double coverage, but it can only go once. So chances are it'll back off, which is what it did. Now, if I go here, well, it's ineffective for me to go in that direction. But now, with my opponent having a lot of power concentrated in the seaside area around the Polder Valley, I really should let's see here. I really should reinforce this area, which would be the east side of my setup zone. So I'm thinking to put the Marine here, and that would more than likely provoke a skirmish. If I put it here, it's out of range. 1, 2, 3. Yes, if I put it here, it's out of range, but it will enable me to use the Coast Guard to come back in this direction. But that's just chasing around these guys. Let's see. As far as the child, is the only thing without double coverage right now. Yeah, and I don't want that to be the case. Let's get it as far as we can in this direction towards the nuke. And now everything else has got double coverage. The aircraft carrier as well as the submarine has double coverage from my my 2 Marines, so that if either one of these Marines were to come and capture either one of these 2 pieces, it's got satisfactory coverage to take care of whatever happens. Now these 2 Marines are threatening one another. With the loss of 1 Marine already, it really should back off. But let's see what it does. Okay, now that puts me 1 up in terms of Marines. Which to me is a rather large advantage. Alright, I'm going to start moving pieces through the expanse area into the western part of my opponent's setup zone, going both for the nuke as well as trying to get my president to take the diplomat and quite possibly even another piece in this range, depending on what happens with this piece, with the president of my opponent's president. Now, my next move with the child should result in a capture of the nuke, but I may end up using my helicopter to get out of the way. I'm not sure. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That would take out my army. See, now instead of moving my helicopter, I'll just do a move from here to here to go here, instead of going from here to here to here. Because my opponent's vice president moves from here to here, now I have a greater... Alright, let's see something here. I want to move my vice president over here so that it can focus on this army. If my president gets captured over here, then transfer of power, the presidency will transfer to the vice president, which will be here. And even though or should I say, right now, as VP, he can only move 4 spaces, but when it becomes president, it can move unlimited number of spaces in a straight line. So it can just do a straight capture in this position. Now, with these 2 pieces here, I might end up using my jet to facilitate one of the capture of one of these 2 pieces. It's really going to be difficult for either one of these pieces to advance much further because my Marine is here, my Vice President is here. So my guess is that these 2 won't do much. If the helicopter has to travel at least 2 spaces. So if it comes down here, then it's out of coverage range of the Army. So then I can take it with either the Marine or the VP. If it's here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can even take it with the jet, except for the Army can take the jet afterwards. Alright, so now, because the President and Vice President are so far away, I was able to capture the jet with no problem, and now I'm threatening the reserve. With the nuke here, it's too close to the flag to detonate, so I don't really have to worry about it. If it comes here, then that becomes a different story. Now, with the president here, I might not take the... Well, okay, well, yeah, I might not take the reserve just yet. I think I might want to try to get my... I was thinking to try to get my vice president over here to use as a slingshot, but that will take, because it only moves up to 4 spaces. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 3. It'll take 3 moves. Can my Marine go do the same thing faster? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, it's the same thing. Okay, so I'm going to do the slingshot move. That's one of my favorite moves anyway. See, this backup that the computer gave itself really isn't that good, because what's going to happen is when I take the reserve, the president will take my president. Then my vice president will become the president, and then from that point, my opponent's president is here, my opponent's vice president is here, my newly appointed president is here, flag is there, and then I'm just going to go straight down and take the flag. That'll be the end of the game. Good move. Very, very good move. I'm glad that happened. I'm just thinking out loud here. If I still go through with the taking of the reserve, my opponent's president takes my president. Then I end up, this piece ends up being president. Here is the president, and here is my newly appointed president. Now it's my move. I take the child. At that point, there's nothing here to take whatever goes here. Well, yeah, let's give it a shot anyway. Okay, I think I got this correctly. So now when I take the child, because there's nothing here. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. Now, my opponent has double coverage on the child. It is not likely that it will take the child, although it might, but there's nothing that I can do directly to win the game right this moment. That move I didn't like at all. Not at all. And here's why. By moving away from here, the president was providing coverage to the religion piece. That religion no longer has coverage because the president moved away from it. Wow. Now the game is over on my next move because there's nothing to, like I said, the nuke is gone, the president's coverage is moved away, and there's nothing threatening my president where it stands right now. So that is the end of the game. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
It will capture your heart and your mind. Let the whole world see us through your eyes. Land, air, and sea victory.